Welcome to TMZ Live. Donald Trump may be opening a vault that has been tightly guarded for decades, and it is the vault of UFO. That's a big deal.
Aliens, what does the government know? When did they know it? Is there alien life that has visited us and that the government has proof of? This is what the president said early this morning on Truth Social. I will be directing the Secretary of War and other relevant departments to begin the process of identifying and releasing government files related to alien and extraterrestrial life, unidentified aerial phenomena, and unidentified flying objects, and any and all other information connected to these highly complex but extremely interesting and important matters.
Boy, those last words. So, look, every president has asked that question. What do we know about UFOs? We have done multiple documentaries on this. We've spoken to people who worked in the Defense Department, the State Department, the military. And there are things that they don't even tell presidents, that there is a whole, like an industrial complex almost, that keeps information away from people at the highest levels. But they are in documents, and there's been a movement in Congress to release some of it. It has been kind of drip,
yes,
rather than a flow.
We've seen the congressional hearings, and certainly they've been open to hearing testimony from people, often former military people, about what they have seen and what they know. What's really odd about President Trump making this declaration is 24 hours ago, he was accusing former President Obama of...
No, but there's a reason for that. He was saying that Obama was releasing classified information.
Right.
Well, look, here's what he said. I think there's an answer to this.
Barack Obama said that aliens are real. Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors to Earth?
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. You know?
So aliens are real?
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that.
Well,
he made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information. No, I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it.
Well, the president can declassify anything that he wants to, so if you want to make an announcement.
I may get him out of trouble by declassifying.
We know.
Well, Donald Trump, what he said didn't make sense, because he said, I don't know if aliens are real, but he released classified information. If he doesn't know aliens are real, then it's not in the classified documents, and therefore what Obama said is just opinion. So what Trump is...
Which is what Obama did, by the way. He said...
He gave opinion.
It was his opinion.
Yeah, he said, I believe they're real, but he said Area 51 doesn't have them and so forth. But what I don't understand is he's scolding... Who knows? He's scolding Obama for releasing classified information, then he says, I'm going to do him a favor. He never does Obama favors. What he's really doing here is ripping a page out of his favorite playbook, which is distraction. He loves releasing files. He released the JFK files. He said when he was getting elected, he wanted to release the Epstein files. All this stuff is now coming back to haunt him on the Epstein files.
Here's how you know it's distraction. Here's how you know, and I hate to disappoint, because look, I know that there are a lot of people, and I'm not necessarily the world's biggest true believer, but there are a lot of people who are very interested in this information. They want to know about UFOs, UAP. Here's how you know this is distraction. Just go back to the video from Air Force One while he's talking. Look at Caroline Leavitt in the background. Smiling like a Cheshire cat. Because that's her job.
And she wants to field questions about aliens.
She is the chief distractor.
If Donald Trump...
Harvey, this is manna from heaven. He wants to answer questions about aliens, not about Jeffrey Epstein and tariff losses.
This will... By the way, this could work. It
works as a distraction, yes.
But I think this could be something that is going to captivate people. Look,
of course it will.
That's why it's a beautiful decision.
No, I'm saying it's going to work. It's going to work on the Epstein front as a huge distraction, and a distraction not for days. There is so much in there. I mean, I have talked to people in the military, in the Defense Department, whose lives have been ruined because they would dare to question, why aren't we releasing certain things? I'm not saying aliens have come down here. I'm not saying that. But there are all sorts of unidentified phenomenon that the military knows about, that the government knows about, and it's fascinating.
I agree with you, Harvey, but is this pressing? We are dealing with escalating conflict in Iran. We have the terror. We have the tariffs that he just lost the decision on is impacting the economy. He's got the Epstein files. Why is he doing this now?
It will captivate the country.
I am having
it will captivate
deep regret about agreeing that this should be the lead of the show, because we are actually doing his bidding right now. This is exactly what he wants, is to make it a big distraction.
This is real talk. This is
real talk. I'm sorry that we let it.
I'm glad
we did.
Because I didn't realize, as we're going through it, I'm like, this is so obviously just his distraction.
Harvey, scratching that itch for you is not a pressing national concern.
I'm sorry. I don't care what his motivation is. I want to see these files that should have been released, that Congress has asked to be released.
I agree.
I want to see these files.
I agree.
I want to see them too.
And so,
I like radical
transparency.
I don't care about
the last time we said this? A year ago, when he was saying, I'm going to release the Epstein files. He said it on Inauguration Day.
And JFK, he's a big releaser. With
if he's really serious, if his motivation, let me make my point, his motivation is to create a distraction away from Epstein, then what he releases with UFOs will not be redacted. Because if he redacts it, it's a nothing burger.
We start talking about it with Epstein.
And if he doesn't redact it, and there's stuff in there, which I think there is, then it's the real deal. So his motivation becomes irrelevant. And I'm glad we led with this.
Mike from Brooklyn, New York. Listen, the A's are in the W. We've been hearing about this for years, so the information is finally about to come out. I remember as a kid, I was looking down towards the Hudson River, and I seen a UFO with my own eyes. Because I seen it, it was gone. So question is, did it come from the clouds or did it come from the water? I don't know, guys. We're going to find out.
You didn't help.
No. What are you talking about? This is exactly what.
No, it's not exactly.
He wants the information just like you do.
It's not exactly.
You guys are the same.
No, it's
you both
not
want the information.
Exactly.
Why are you abandoning your comrade? He's with you.
You've heard of Made in America, right?
Yes.
Made in prison.
That is what may happen to Michael Rubin's former housekeeper. I say former because the Fanatics CEO's housekeeper was arrested Wednesday. We broke that story. TMZ Sports broke that on Wednesday. Today, we have some more information about why she was arrested.
This is stunning.
And
this
what
is stunning.
Michael Rubin's security team has been up to. Now, we know from people connected to Michael Rubin, he has a 24/7 security team. But even though they were on the job, over the last year, Michael started to notice there was some cash going missing from a safe in his home. A lot of cash. And enough that he went to a security team. And what we're told is that they installed a hidden camera in the back of the safe.
Which is brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant. And then this Wednesday morning,
somebody is peeking in the safe.
Housekeeper, door opens, housekeeper goes in and pulls out allegedly $20,000 in cash. And that's when they have her on camera and they decide, we're calling in LAPD, and the cops come and they arrest her for grand theft.
We're talking a total of $100,000.
More than 130.
130. I mean,
130 grand
over the course of a year. So it sounds like to me she was getting, if this is true, getting bolder and bolder, taking a little, then taking more, and now 20,000.
Right, that's a lot of money.
How much money did he have in that safe?
Right, you've got to
No,
ask
I'm
yourself.
actually serious.
I mean, look, obviously he's one of the richest men in the world. He's worth something like, according to Forbes, $10 billion. And you're seeing a lot of people now, he shouldn't have called the cops on her. He should have let her have it. I mean, it's his money.
He's not robbing
I know. It's so silly.
But
I'm seeing so many people say that, though.
Are they really?
Yeah, on social media for what that's worth.
So what's fascinating to me about this is, because I really want to know how much money did he have in there.
Right.
Because why is he going into the safe and noticing money is gone? Because you don't usually you put money in a safe for an emergency, like an earthquake or something like that.
Right.
So why is he going in the safe and noticing that? And that's what's really kind of got me here. And I can't figure it out.
Yeah.
And then also, if he's noticing money is missing, why did it take so long for him to put the camera in?
just guessing here that you go to security and they try to come up with a plan on how we're going to find whoever is doing this.
No, but what you said, but what you said earlier was over the period of the year, he was noticing money was missing.
Right.
So, but if you notice it once, you go to security and you do it. Why did it take this long for him to say, hey, let's figure this out? There's stuff about this I don't understand.
You could see a situation where, oh, did I actually have that amount of money in the safe? And you don't maybe realize at first. Also, how is somebody getting into your safe?
So that part.
How is somebody getting into your safe?
So that part we're told. So the safe, I'm told, was a combination safe, but it has a backup, emergency key that you can get in as well. The part we don't know is how somehow the housekeeper got access
to the key,
key, and was going in, using the key to go in and get the money.
Boy, I can't wait for the next Made interview that he has.
Boy, that video is certainly going to end up being played in court.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I'm Pav from Accuses, and I think stealing is wrong, regardless of the situation. Like, it doesn't matter whether he's a multi-billionaire or not, like, even if it's a small business, it's just wrong. She's obviously seen an opportunity and she's just run with it.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you said that, because I was wondering if you were going to go the Robin Hood route, but you didn't, so thank you.
Coming up.
We know Hillary Duff is estranged from her sister Haley, and that she wrote this song, We Don't Talk. So she's doing press for this, and she was asked directly, is that song about your sister?
Just absolutely the most lonely part of my existence.
Be right back.
We know Hillary Duff is estranged from her sister Haley, and that she wrote this song, We Don't Talk, that recently just came out, and
which everyone assumed
it's clear, right?
Is about her.
Yeah. So she's doing press for this. She was on CBS this morning, and she was asked directly, is that song about your sister?
It's definitely about my sister, and just absolutely the most lonely part of my existence. It's not having my my sister in my life at the moment. And really struggled with thinking about including that on the record. But it's funny, as a person that exists in the world without my other half, so many people are having that experience. It's my reality, and so it was honestly healing to say.
Look, I don't want in any way to minimize this, but she knew she was going to be asked that, and that felt. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it's not
genuine,
authentic.
It's genuine feeling, but I know what you mean. You knew this question was coming.
It's kind of dramatic.
Yes.
I mean, that's all I'm saying, is that it's kind of dramatic.
Yeah, but maybe it's compared to the rest of her life, it's one of the things that, because she has a very
help me out with
nice
this, Janet.
life.
What is the rift about? Why are they?
We really don't know. Everyone just has speculated. They haven't been seen together since before the pandemic. And so I thought I read the lyrics for the song. There's one line in there that maybe she's giving a little away. I thought was interesting. She says, and if it's because you're jealous, I'd gladly sell it all and break you off the bigger half.
Well, she's kind of saying it because she's essentially, Hillary is a bigger star than Haley.
Of course.
She is a bigger star.
Haley's only known because of Hillary.
And there are stories out there, and again, I don't know if it's true, but she's putting it out there, that her parents were really kind of doting over Hillary because Hillary was going to become the big star. And that the jealousy emanates from that.
Didn't this happen with Britney and Jamie Lynn?
A little bit.
Yeah. And also Haley's older, right? So it's a little bit of your younger sibling, as if they're getting married first or whatever. You feel a little bit. Haley's older. So you feel a little bit behind,
But it's clear that Haley is the one that broke it off with Hillary. That's clear.
I mean, from this interview, it very much
from the song.
I mean, all of it seems like Haley's the one.
You should say that's one-sided. The song is Hillary's view of it.
There's two stories.
Haley may
or two sides to every story.
Otherwise.
Well, it sounds like Haley is in the driver's seat, that she's the one who made the decision to cut off the relationship.
I believe that.
Look, I'm going to bow to you. You're a Duffologist, and I clearly don't.
I seem like a Duffer.
Yeah. Is that what you're calling it?
I don't know.
I'm Penny from Chicago, and I love this new era for Hillary. She's being so honest about her childhood struggles with fame, her estranged sister, of course, and her former fling with, allegedly, Leonardo DiCaprio, if any of us should ever be so lucky. But I love that she's reclaiming her fame and kind of being vulnerable and honest with what she wants to show us. And I think there's so much love between her and her sister that they are definitely going to find their way back to each other.
Don't be so sure of that. Sometimes that doesn't right itself.
Well, Hollywood is mourning the loss of Eric Dane this morning, who passed away yesterday. He was at a hospital here with his family, and even though we had watched over the last year, it's been actually less than a year since he announced that he was suffering ALS, and we had seen the progression, the very, very fast progression of the disease with Eric. It still came as just
it was a shock to his family.
Major shock to his family, especially, I think, because it happened so quickly. But he passed away yesterday and did something really extraordinary before he passed, which we did not learn about until this morning, that Eric Dane did an interview, sat down for an interview that he knew would be his final. It's now out on Netflix. It's called Famous Last Words. And during this interview, probably the most moving part that people are talking about already is what Eric had to say to his daughters.
Billy in Georgia, these words are for you. I tried. I stumbled sometimes, but I tried. Overall, we had a blast, didn't we? I remember all the times we spent at the beach. The two of you, me and Mom, in Malibu, Santa Monica. Those days, pun intended, were heaven. Billy in Georgia, you are my heart. You are my everything. Good night. I love you. Those are my last words.
I talked to Rebecca Gayhard last night, shortly after all this happened. And she said to me, it was really moving, that she asked us to include the fact that he was there with his daughters and there was love for his daughters and that they mattered to him. And it was really important for her to get that message out. And I found that really impactful. And then you see this, and it kind of underscores it.
Wow.
Well, he also talked in this about how Rebecca was the only, like the woman in his entire life that he truly loved. So he gets into depth on that. It's interesting too, just because obviously they had filed for divorce, and then she ended up pulling the divorce this last year once he announced this disease. So clearly there was still like a lot of love there.
Yeah, and she was really emotional.
By his side.
Yeah, she was there by his side. The family was there. Friends were there. But it was somewhat surprising in terms of timing, it seems. And they were a little...
That it advanced that very quickly in the last...
And especially the last part of it.
Right.
By the way, this series it's interesting because I think it's Brad Falchuk who's doing this. And they're doing people who... either are very old or ill.
It's a genius idea, honestly.
And you're able to hear literally their last words. It's interesting.
Hi, I'm Theory from Orlando, Florida. Eric Dane's passing is such a shock to us all after only hearing about his diagnosis last year. This is incredibly sad news. Eric will always be remembered as our McSteamy from Grey's Anatomy. Prayers to his family, friends, and castmates during this difficult time.
By the way, we'll see him again. He filmed his scenes for Euphoria this third and final season. And that's, whenever that comes out, that will probably be the last role that we'll see him in.
Yeah.
Coming up. The whole saga of R. Kelly goes back almost 30 years now. Well, now the young woman who was in that video wants the world to know who she is.
It's affected me tremendously. I mean, every comedian, was speaking about it, making jokes about it.
Be right back.
TMZ's got every freaking thing. Big celebs, big stories, big events.
BB Rexa was looking hot on vacation.
Look at the water, too. Did you just say, look at the water?
I mean, I'll be honest, that is what I was looking at. R. Kelly, of course, in federal prison and may spend the rest of his life in federal prison. And this is the whole saga of R. Kelly goes back almost 30 years now. And when it first became public knowledge that he was, the things he was doing, was a very infamous tape. A tape that was played in his first trial in Chicago. This was the tape of him urinating on a young woman who at the time
was 14.
And yet he was acquitted in that case. Well, now the young woman who was in that video...
She did not testify in that trial.
Did not testify in that trial. She later testified in one of his federal trials.
Under a pseudonym.
Under a pseudonym. But now she wants the world to know who she is, and she has actually written a book, Who Was Watching Shorty? Reclaiming Myself from the Shame of R. Kelly's Abuse. Her name is Reshona Landfair, and she is joining us now. Reshona, welcome to TMZ Live.
Thank you for having me today.
So, Reshona, that video really went around everywhere. And you were able to keep yourself out of it. And it's so graphic. Why did you make a decision to identify yourself as that 14-year-old girl?
Well, even though it might seem like I was able to keep myself out of it, that's actually not the case. I was dragged through the media a lot. My name was mentioned, my group was mentioned. So it just became important to me, professionally and with peers and things that I was going through in my personal life to just finally reclaim myself, my name, and my purpose outside of that situation.
Reshona, as we mentioned, you did not testify in his first Chicago trial, the one where he was acquitted, but you did testify in the federal trial, I believe in 2022, still under the pseudonym of Jane Doe. So 4 years ago, you did not want to come out at that point. What's happened between then and now that made you make this decision to write this book and to put your name out there?
Well, the reason why I wrote the book is because I have a son, a 5-year-old, and there were so many different narratives that were planted and driven in the media that were false, that were not my true experience. So it just became really important to me for his future, for the correction of everything that, has taken place that wasn't actually the truth. I finally was bold enough and ready to talk about my experience.
Reshona, what were some of those narratives that were false that prompted you to do this?
The narratives that were false were just certain things that took place within my family, financial things. The book goes into great detail about that. I'm not sure if you all had the time to read it, but it talks in great detail about my full experience.
So I'm sure you have seen the video. And it's just so graphic. Just how has that affected your life? I mean, you obviously remember it. You were 14, and you live with it, and now you see it. How's it affected you?
It's affected me tremendously. I mean, every comedian, was speaking about it, making jokes about it. It was the talk around town. It was the talk in beauty salons. There was never a room that I could walk in where that situation preceded me. And so that was why it became very important to me to own the things that have taken place and to really stand up for myself.
That, you made the point that there were a lot of comedians that made jokes. And certainly those jokes were made before everyone knew the full extent of what R. Kelly was doing and for how long he was doing it. When you see it now, because I know that I've seen comedians who still make jokes around R. Kelly. Now he is the butt of those jokes. What does that do to you? Is that something that I would imagine that it's difficult for you to sometimes to watch stand-up comedy because he is a subject that still comes up?
Right. And that subject is always going to result back to me at the end of the day. So that's why, again, this book is why I'm here. This book is what I'm here to speak about. And I'm not really here to continue to touch on that too much. I'm really here to just speak on my experience of what took place and how things happen. There's a greater storyline other than my abuser.
A couple of questions, though. Do you have a semi-vivid memory of this and how it came to pass, this video?
Yes, I do have a memory of it. I was in the video, although it took place many years ago. It still follows me throughout my day to day.
You were in a music group, right? The way you first interacted with him is because you were part of a music group, correct?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
So how did he end up luring you into this?
It started out very subtle. It was just, we had things in common with music, with sports. It started out very subtle. And shortly after, I started spending more time around the studio and things like that. That's when it took place and the lines were crossed.
You have a 5-year-old son. And now that you're going public with this, this is going to be all over social media. Eventually, your son is going to find out about this, maybe through his friends. How have you thought about dealing with that?
Yes, that's where therapy and different things like that come into place. Again, I have to own, my past, my present, and my future. And my son will know the true and correct version of his mother. He's already got to know me as his mother. He's a wonderful kid. And I just plan to have true conversations with him, not sugarcoat anything, and really prepare him for what's to come.
Are you still working and trying to work in the music industry?
No, I'm not. I work with children, actually. I'm very fortunate to be able to turn my pain and my passion into purpose. So I give back to children. I have a mentoring program, Project Refine. That's my focus right now. And I'm very, very pleased to be able to just give back and give, people that have gone through similar situations a voice that I now have.
Well, look, we really appreciate the time and wish you and your son the best.
And the fact that you are able to help other people is really remarkable and admirable. So we really appreciate you joining us, Reshona.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Coming up.
Tomorrow night on CNN, there is an interesting show, this time with Matthew McConaughey and Timothy Chalamet. They talk about a birthday present that Kylie gave Timothy, something he wasn't into at the beginning, but it's just a great story.
Be right back.
So tomorrow night on CNN, there is an interesting show. They're teaming up with Variety, this time with Matthew McConaughey and Timothy Chalamet.
Who, by the way, are former co-stars. I did not know.
I did not know until I saw this clip either.
Yeah.
But they talk about a birthday present that Kylie gave Timothy, something he wasn't into at the beginning, but it's just a great story.
I've legitimately maybe seen it 22 times or something. I saw it 12 times in theaters when it came out.
His girlfriend set him up a screening of Interstellar for his birthday.
This is true, man. This is true, for my last birthday. And I was grumpy on the way there because I didn't know where she was taking me. I thought, it's my birthday. Why are we driving 30 minutes outside of LA? I got to the theater. It was Interstellar and IMAX. I said, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was so grumpy on the drive. But I'm not going to bring that up, man. But listen, man, I love that movie, man.
That's the movie they worked on together, Interstellar, and
I love that Matthew McConaughey just spilled his dirty laundry like this. So funny, but what interesting to me is that he didn't know where they were going, so is Kylie driving?
She must have been driving. She can drive.
Or do you think they were in a car and
they might have had a driver.
Kylie does drive. We've seen her behind the wheel.
I don't know. I just can't imagine the person I'm dating grumpy that we're taking him 30 minutes outside LA.
Well, she didn't know.
She
didn't know where he was going, and it's 30 minutes out of LA, so it's like you're taking me to some campfire or something like that.
Yeah, well, she's not kidnapping him. She was obviously had a great surprise.
I love you make it feel like 30 minutes outside of LA is like wilderness.
That's
it's a very large metropolitan area.
Where they live, if you go 30 miles,
I guess it depends on the direction, but
okay, but
they ended up at an IMAX theater, so there couldn't have been too much wilderness around.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what do you get, Timothy Chalamet? So I guess it ended up being
that's a great present. Are you kidding me?
Can we go back to the photo from the movie, the still from the movie? Because I've seen Interstellar not 12 times, but I did not realize that
Timothy?
Was Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah. It's crazy he's watched his own movie 22 times.
Was that his first movie? No, it wasn't his first movie, was it? Because he said he saw it 11 times.
22, I thought he said.
22 times.
But to watch your own movie and then watching it for your birthday, I don't know.
That's why I don't think he's watching it for his own performance. I think it's probably more Matthew's.
No. No, if this is one of his first, if not his first movie,
Right.
he's going to watch himself.
He's studying his craft.
There's
It's a
nothing
great
wrong with
movie.
that.
I mean, it's like one of the best movies out there, so I
There's-
don't really blame
there
him.
is-
Sit at home watching old people's courts reruns.
But he must talk about
You
enough
do.
for Kylie
You
to know.
do. You do. You absolutely. Now you just admitted it.
Never.
Now you just admitted it.
I'm saying first.
Now we know what to get you for your
Exactly.
birthday.
I'm saying first. Yeah, take
Now
me to
let's,
an,
get ready for the-
take me to an IMAX and let me watch People's Court. Great idea.
You know, you were so excited, said that we should have led with President Trump and the UFO thing.
You want to do the monkey?
I disagree. This should have been the lead. Because
just-
this is the story everybody is talking about.
breaks my
I saw
heart.
people in tears in here yesterday.
It breaks my heart.
Look at this video about Punch the monkey,
God.
who is at the
may
a zoo in Japan.
I may cry.
You may cry. Yeah, see? This is Punch the monkey. If you haven't heard, that stuffed orangutan that it's there with is its only friend. And Punch was getting bullied by other monkeys at this zoo in Japan.
Like horribly bullied.
And then it seemed
physically
like
bullied.
maybe things were taking a turn. Well, the bad news is that he's been bullied again.
This kind of happens like on and off.
On and off.
Every time I go on X, he's being hugged by a monkey, and then he's being bullied by a monkey, and then
But why don't they take him out of this?
See, but then this happens. Yeah, this would be the bullying.
And he's going back to his little.
And then he goes running back to go find it. Oh.
This just breaks my. Why don't they take him out of that?
Apparently, this is all part
But
of.
he needs to be
This
socialized,
is socialization. This is what they do. People are on Twitter.
Well, he's fine. It's the other one that needs socialization.
People-
Why is he the punching bag?
Does
I'm
the-
serious. Why is he the punching bag
Maybe-
for some orangutan that's out of control?
Does the bully? It's not an orangutan that's attacking him.
Whatever.
Is the bully? Does the bully want his stuffed orangutan? Like
No one has really come for the. A couple
No,
times
the
they've kind of
stuffed
reached for it,
orangutan's
but
way away. They want that the poor Punch is getting beaten
I
by
know.
this out of control ape.
I know.
And it's and they're not. I mean,
It's
you
unfortunate
socialize the other ape by
oh
saying.
my god, I can't watch it.
I mean, this is terrible. Stop playing this.
I was crying in bed last night watching
Stop
this video.
playing this. This really is upsetting.
It's very upsetting. But so
why
does
don't
the
they
zoo have
take
a
that
plan?
ape out of that pen until he gets
Take the bully out.
The bully.
Well, zoos shouldn't exist in the first place, but
Well, then
Okay, but
there's
off
that.
of that
There's
soapbox.
And I get it, but I'm sorry. So you're making this monkey a sacrificial lamb with this out of control ape that isn't socialized. It's wrong. I'm sorry. I'm really upset about this. I'm really upset about this.
Better lead.
Hey, my name is Nick from Knoxville, and I just need to say, I think any human or animal who looks at Punch even the wrong way a little bit should probably get the worst punishment that our legal system even offers. When I saw that video of that monkey bullying Punch yesterday, I almost had to call out of work today. I need them to work through this beef or my entire weekend is going to be ruined.
But you're kind of joking about it.
No, he's not joking.
I'm really upset. Are you legit? Are you legit?
I almost
You're
didn't
legit
come to work
upset
today.
You're legit upset.
It ruined my night. I had to turn off my phone and read a book for a little bit to recover.
Well, that's a good idea anyway.
Planet of the Apes?
No.
Dude, I'm sorry.
Coming up. Harvey had to step away for a bit, but it's unfortunate for him because he's missing out on what he is purchasing. Actually, you're buying it also. A $70 million private jet. The Department of Homeland Security says that it wants this jet for deportations.
Be right back.
Harvey had to step away for a bit, but it's unfortunate for him because he's missing out on what he is purchasing. Actually, you're buying it also. A $70 million private jet. Well, it is currently a private jet, but the Department of Homeland Security says that it wants this jet to for deportations. All right, to gather up all the undocumented peoples that they are deporting and put them on this luxury jet. That doesn't seem to add up. Now, Kristi Noem, the DHS secretary, has flown on this jet, most recently, I believe, to Tel Aviv. And even she commented on the designer. The guy, his name is Peter Marino. He did the interior. It looks beautiful. It looks like a beautiful private jet. So why? And the DHS has currently, up to this point, has been leasing this 737, but now they have asked for $70 million to purchase the jet. This seems like, what are we buying this for? I mean, on the surface, it would seem like this is a nice private jet. Look, it's beautiful. Honestly, if that's what I'm getting deported on, maybe. But it seems like a nice private jet that Kristi Noem enjoys flying on, and that's fine, but then just say that's what it is. Don't say you're using it for deportations, right? Because that doesn't, no one's buying that when you see the interior of that jet, that's why the DHS wants this jet for $70 million. That's taxpayers' money. So it would seem that we deserve an answer here as to what's going on with this. So far, DHS is saying, look, they're sticking to the story that ICE needs this for deportation procedures.
It does kind of ring hollow, Charles, because you're deporting, hundreds of thousands of people.
Certainly, there's
this
large
is not
numbers.
the answer. One expensive private jet is not going to do it.
I mean, I guess you could technically say it's for deportations if the DHS secretary needs to fly to a foreign prison where they are deporting people. But that's what it is.
You take a military jet then.
You take a military jet. Well, exactly.
I don't want to pay for this.
And there are already 737s that DHS owns that they are using for deportations. This just seems like a fleecing of America.
I'm not trying to pay for this.
We should not be paying for this.
Yeah.
And, maybe now that it's out and people have seen the interior of this jet, because we hadn't seen it. We knew that they were leasing the jet, but we hadn't seen the interior. Yeah. Now that we've all seen the interior, I think it's pretty obvious what this is, right?
Yeah.
And this is why you need public, this is why you need the press to be looking into these things, because when they do, it puts pressure on our public officials, our publicly elected officials, or appointed officials, to use our money more wisely. This ain't it.
Hi, good afternoon. This is Denisha Valentine, based out of Orlando, Florida. And I would have to agree. I think that there's a lot of missing loops here in this story, because this is a very lavish plane. It's very beautiful, but it's hard for me to believe that this is the plane that's going to be used to transport undocumented, immigrants. And I think, I don't know. I'm just very confused here. I think there's another reason. There's a lot of missing loops here in this story.
Now, I know why you would feel that way. I don't think there's anything missing. I think we see what it is. They just want us to look the other way.
Coming up.
So Quinton Aaron, the star of The Blind Side, is still hospitalized right now. And while he is recovering, he is also learning a lot about his wife, Margarita.
He's basically saying that he believes Margarita tried to kill him.
Be right back.
One has to wonder what the trajectory of Michael's life would have been like had he not been burned.
Every single aspect of his life was impacted, and not in a good way.
TMZ presents Michael Jackson, 30 Fatal Seconds. Stream on Hulu now.
So Quinton Aaron, the star of The Blind Side, is still hospitalized right now. And while he is recovering, he is also learning a lot about his wife, Margarita, who, the way she's described it to us is that they had a spiritual wedding.
Right.
Quinton is not buying that. Now, the reason the spiritual wedding thing doesn't make sense, she is actually still married to someone else. So the fact that Quinton thought he was married to her is really puzzling. And now, as he's learning all this and he's recovering, this is what he had to say to us about his estranged spiritual wife. Margarita is not my wife. She lied to me. She's legally married to somebody else, and I never got, quote, spiritually married. I already said publicly to family, close friends, and the hospital staff that I don't want to see her or talk to her. I'm convinced she was trying to take me out. My family, friends, and I have clearly been dealing with someone satanic, and that someone is Margarita. So the take me out part,
He's basically saying that he believes Margarita tried to kill him, and that is why he's currently in the hospital recovering from this spinal stroke.
So, I'm not sure if he's even put this together, how she could possibly have something to do with him having a stroke, but he's clearly very upset about this news that she was married to someone. Now, did he? What does she say about this? Because
yeah, so I actually spoke to Margarita, who told me, number one, as far as her allegedly trying to kill him, she says not true. Quinton has, publicly had a lot of health issues over the years, which we have documented. She said this is just a result of him having health issues. She also says that, they had a wedding ceremony. She claims that she told Quinton that she might not be legally divorced from her husband, estranged husband at the time.
So she claims she gave him a heads up about that.
She claims she gave Quinton a heads up and basically had told him, my ex-husband, I don't know if he turned in all the paperwork or signed it. So she's saying that Quinton had an inkling that this might not be a true wedding.
Doesn't sound like it from his side, but
right. Obviously that's not something Quinton knew until he, became conscious at the hospital. And the family, I'm told, is slowly telling Quinton the things about Margarita that they are learning and that, they have discovered. We know that Quinton's brother, Jared, also got a restraining order against Margarita recently.
It's very clear there's bad blood between Margarita and Quinton's family. And now Quinton is joining in on that bad blood.
Yeah.
What else do you guys want to talk about?
This is Candace from Texas. And I just want to talk about the UFOs. I want him to release all of the files. I need to know everything about what the UFOs have been doing, when they're coming back, and can they come and get some of us? This is the one and only time that his obsession with Obama is going to help the rest of us.
Candace, I hear you, and I hope that happens. I don't have a lot of faith that there's going to be a lot in those files. One more.
Hey, what's up, TMZ? I'm Matt. I'm in Florida, and I just want to comment on the Michael Rubin thing with the housekeeper. It is not surprising at all. Someone Michael Rubin's, employment would try to do something like this. The Fanatics quality control is horrendous. His quality control is horrendous. The company sucks. It surprises me almost none. Zero. Not surprising at all.
Wow. I mean, it's a hell of a time to take a shot at Fanatics products, but I hear people have some complaints. I don't think that justifies stealing $130,000 from him, but yes, people have complaints.
Coming up.
Well, Jake Paul, last we saw him was celebrating his fiance's gold medal in the Olympics, but he had to go after that celebration, had to go back under the knife.
Be right back.
Well, Jake Paul, last we saw him was celebrating his fiance's gold medal in the Olympics, but he had to go after that celebration, had to go back under the knife. Another jaw surgery after that beatdown that he got from Anthony Joshua. That one. So Jake, as he does, likes to share everything that he's going through. So he posted a video allegedly of the result of this surgery. Now, he really did have another surgery. This is very clearly, especially that, an AI production that he did for... Okay, yeah. I'm sure there were people who, at the start of it, were going, oh my God, look at all that metal they had to put in. But yeah, by the end of the video, it's very clear he was just yanking everybody's chain. That's what Jake Paul does. That is going to do it for us. We will see you next time. Have a great weekend.